welcome to another episode of That Preview Show, the show where we share with you all the latest news from Tween Extreme and what you can expect in the upcoming months. My name is Eon, and in this video I have loads of news to share with you regarding new videos, upcoming releases and much more. I also had the opportunity to chat to South African artist and former Victory 5 member Alida Lief. So make sure you stick around because you don't want to miss this episode. As always, we release a 1-minute devotional video every Monday morning that will help kids grow in their relationship with God and help them with difficult situations that they may face. This September, we will release 5 new devotional videos that will get any kid's week started in the correct way. On the first Monday of the month, Jeannick encourages kids to find hope when all feels lost, while the following week, Deirdre will share the importance of honoring your parents. Danae will share how you can make a difference by being a light to others, while the following week Jeannick shares the importance of family time and why we should cherish our family. On the final Monday of September, Deirdre will talk about social media and how you can use it correctly and to glorify God with it. Not only will we be releasing these 1-minute devotionals every Monday, we will also release a brand new episode for all the artists out there. In the new episode of Let's Draw, I show kids how to draw a sheep and learn more about the true shepherd we read about in the Bible. But I also have some exciting news to share today. Next month, we are releasing episode 1 of a brand new TV series called Valerie Vlogger. The show is about a teenage vlogger called Valerie who just loves creating videos and post it on the internet until she gets confronted with a question one day: is the Bible real? She decided to make it her mission to come to the bottom of this question and document all her discoveries on her vlog in the hopes to help other kids struggling with that same question. Episode 1 will be released on the 19th of October, and make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to learn more about how you and your family can attend the free online premiere event. Believe me, you don't want to miss it. Last month we released issue 16 of TweenTalk Magazine. Let's recap what you can expect. On the cover of this month's magazine, we have the American actress Kristen Dove. Not only do we learn more about this young, vibrant actress, but we also get to know her testimony and what God has done for her. One of the biggest issues facing kids today is burnout. They are loaded with school and sport activities that they feel like they can't keep up. So, in this issue, we share 4 ways to beat burnout and to enjoy your childhood again. We also get to see what the animals of the Lost Tales of the Ark are up to. This comic strip is really beginning to become a favorite amongst kids. And then, as usual, the latest issue is jam-packed with loads of other great content, such as song lyrics and dad jokes, puzzles, and we get to learn more about the Book of Numbers. And finally, we have a game and movie review if you are looking for some entertainment. So make sure to read the latest issue of TweenTalk Magazine now. Link is in the description. Remember, we want to include you by adding your fan art in future issues. You can send us your drawings of anything. It could be of your family, your pet, or even your favorite Tween Extreme character or shining star. No matter what it is, we want to publish it in future issues of TweenTalk Magazine. So ask your parents to help you by emailing us your pictures to the email address on the screen. Can't wait to share your masterpieces to the world. Talking about TweenTalk Magazine, I wonder if you can remember who appeared on the cover of the very first issue. If you guessed Alida Lief, then you are correct. I had the opportunity to chat to this Afrikaans singer and former Victory 5 member. Okay, so with me here, I've got Alida, all the way from Pretoria, South Africa. Alida, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to be part of this.
You're my first guest on the podcast, and you're also the first cover of the TweenTalk Magazine. So a lot of first for you. Yeah, Tween Extreme.
I'm so excited, and I'm so honored to be on the first cover, and yeah, it really means a lot.
So just quickly, who is Alida? Where did everything start for you? Just before we get to the testimony and your singing career, just who is Alida?
Okay, so well, I'm gonna say that I started singing when I was 9. So Alida is music and singing, and so it came from a very young age. But I am currently a B.Ed Foundation phase student. I also work at a school. Have a lot of, I want to say, side gigs, if that's the right terminology. I also au pair. But I think if you ask me who's Alida, I'm going to tell you that it's music. I started singing when I was 9. I never gave up, and here I am, almost turning 24, and I'm still singing, and music is still part of my everyday life.
So why music? What was it about music as a young girl that just thought, this is what I want to do? Was it maybe an artist that you looked up to, or what was it? Why did you want to become a singer one day?
So I grew up with music in the house. We have, I want to say, a lot of musicians in the family. My parents played instruments. My grandfather is an amazing pianist, and it's just, I grew up with music. My dad always played music. When we got home, that was the first thing that was turned on in the afternoons, or the radio. And I just love music. I mean, I think for me, one of the worst things is to sit in a quiet room or to sit in silence. When I get into my car, before going to work in the mornings or going home in the afternoons, the first thing I do is I go into my music app and I play music. So it's just something I feel like everyone can relate to. Yeah. You don't have to be, I want to say, music's a universal language. Yeah. You don't even have to listen to music with words. It can still be beautiful.
Yeah. But fast forward, then you joined Victory 5. So Victory 5 is a Christian pop group that I started in 2013. So it was South Africa's first Christian pop group. And so tell me a bit more about that experience. Because I've got a lot of memories, but I'd like to hear from you.
I know. I always say that was my childhood. That was where I could just be a kid, not worry about other people. I actually get emotional to think that the 5 of us, we still have contact, but we don't see each other that often. But that was family. I mean, we got up on a Sunday, and then we drove through for rehearsals, and the girls, the 3 of us, we got so close. It wasn't friends anymore. It was, I want to say, a sisterhood. And Justin and Dylan became brothers to me. And I had so much fun. We made videos and we laughed and we stayed up through the night and made you guys play. And I can't explain what it felt like. Having people you can trust, not like, I think for me, one of the biggest things is loyalty and having loyal friends. And here we got into this group. I mean, 2 of us knew each other. The rest was strangers. I mean, when I walked in there, it was 3 strangers sitting in a room. Yeah. And it was like we had, the 5 of us had an instant connection. And we started with stupid inside jokes going to our first interview and still not really knowing each other. And the person doing the interview asked us how often we see each other, and we're like, I think this is the time we've seen each other. This is our first interview as a group. So we ended seeing each other each weekend, having braais, just having fun. I can't explain that feeling, but that was the first time in my life where I want to say I had the pleasure and the honor to have friends and people so close to me, and people that don't judge. You can just be your, don't have to worry, you can make jokes, and you know me, I'm geeky, weird, awkward, everything at the same time, and having people accept me for who I am, I can't explain that. And I wish that every teen, every kid, no matter what their age or any person on earth, can have that
childhood, almost,
of acceptance, because it's not just the younger people, but even now going into the adult life, going to work, there's still this longing for acceptance in everyone, and I every day in my everyday life.
I remember when we were in Marble Hall, one of the young girls came to you and asked for prayer. So as a kid back then, how did you experience it?
I think now I understand it better, because I have been till recently I was still working at a church with the children and stuff. But when we were in the group, I don't think we realized what, I want to say, I know the right Afrikaans word, but now I can't think of the English word. But I didn't see the gap, that where people weren't informed about what they had to teach the children, where now we have all these resources. And I mean, last year we bought a curriculum for the Sunday school at church, where then when we went there, it was a once-off occurrence. We went there. Oh, okay, people contacted us. They do children ministry. We're going to get all the kids together. They didn't have like structured Sunday school or a place for the children to go. There was a churches we went where they did have like a proper Sunday school where kids go while their parents is in the main service. But I know so many, I mean, that one where the girl came to me to pray, they didn't really have a proper, I want to say Sunday school. I mean, they did have something, but we went into the, and I think that's where we made a difference, and that's where we came and showed people that it is so important to focus on the youth, because everyone grows up, but if the foundation in our youth isn't sturdy and well, how are they going to be when they grow up?
And the amazing thing, I don't think we realized the impact we had on the kids. We were on stage, we sang a few songs and got off and went home almost. And Justin WhatsApped me recently, I think end of last year. So it was a few months ago. He WhatsApped me a message that someone, he met someone somewhere that was at a Victory 5 concert and said, you guys meant so much for me, and big fan. And we don't hear those things, but now almost 5-6 years later, someone come up to us.
You sent me a screenshot of the message he got. He got it on Instagram, and I was also like, it's actually so amazing. I think the first time I realized the impact we had in people's life, we were in Cullinan for the show. And girl came to me. I mean, I was 15, 16 years old. I knew what I knew. I wasn't an adult.
Yeah.
Didn't have that much of a life experience. I had what I went through. And she came to me and asked me to pray for her. And I'm like, yeah, what can I pray for? Very upbeat. And she told me her story about her mom and dad passing when she was, I think, 13. Her brother was, I think, 4 or 5. Her sister was also an infant. And they stayed with her grandmother, and they came to the show because the church invited them. And the night before, her grandma passed. And because she turned 18 a month prior to her grandmother's passing, she was the legal guardian to her 2 younger siblings that were still in school.
Yeah.
She was still, and that night when we went home, I told my mom, how does something like that happen to someone? How can she come to me, someone that's 2, 3 years younger than her, and she trusts me enough to tell me this? She doesn't know me from anywhere. She knows, seen my picture on a poster that they put up in the area. And that's when I realized that our music, our testimony, and our presence in people's life is actually much bigger than we anticipated.
Yeah.
I don't think till that moment I realized how serious it was what we were doing, because we had such a big responsibility towards the people around us, because we were literally not like a doctor or anything, but we literally had their lives in our hands for that time we were performing.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how vulnerable it is when you praise and worship and you give over to God. And here we are on stage performing, having the time of our lives, but in the audience there's people dealing with so much more than we could ever imagine, and they trust us enough to share their stories. And that's when I realized, like, we're in serious business. Like, this isn't just for fun anymore. We have like the biggest responsibility to our people. I don't want to call them fam. I say our family, because we're all family in Christ. So yeah, I think after like those 2 gigs and the one even in Marble Hall where I just realized she just turned 18. She's first this year.
Yeah.
She was in primary school when this happened. And she came to me and asked me, she wanted to give her heart to the Lord. And that's a big thing.
Yeah.
And so I think those 2, occurrences, like, it made me realize what we were actually doing.
Yeah. Okay, so when you were small, you wanted to become a singer, and then something happens. Tell us a little bit about that.
So kids always say, I want to become a teacher, or I want to become a lawyer, or whatever. And I always said I wanted to become a singer. Unfortunately, at a young age, my hearing problem started. As a child, I loved water. I still do. I loved swimming and running through the sprayers while my friends were doing the yard work. And so I was always in water. And I think, one thing we realized how much I loved water was my mom and dad bought a new house, and we were fixing it up, and they got a pool, and they fixed up the pool. And if you know South Africa, our winter is at its coldest between June, July, and the pool was finished in that time, and I swam.
Yeah.
And I was shivering, but I did. I went into the pool. I didn't swim. I stood in the pool and froze. So I really love water, and because of that, my hearing problem started. And then between the middle of my grade 1 to grade 2 year, I had 24 ear operations and ear procedures. And then between grade 2 and 4, again, 12 ear ops and procedures. So in total, it was 24. So not just operations, but procedures where they have to clean out my ears. That was the most traumatic experience I have ever experienced during the ear problems. I also had meningitis at the age of 10. And then things started going better. Also, I had a stroke at the age of 13 because of bullying and people targeting me because of the singing.
Yeah.
But in grade 6, I started complaining that I couldn't hear, and I had to ask my parents to turn up the TV and to speak louder, and like everyone around me literally had to shout for me to hear. And my mom decided to try and get an appointment at Dr. Carpenter's Link, and he was full. Like he was fully booked. They said they can put us on the waiting list. And my mom said, please, she's going to try and make another plan, but please, if they have any cancellations, like this is serious. Like I want to say this is life or death, because for me, losing my hearing, that means I can't sing.
Yeah.
So for me, it was everything. And I think that was the Friday, and the Monday they phoned my mom, and I think my appointment was on the Wednesday, so someone cancelled. We went there, they did hearing tests, they did scans, like everything they possibly could do to check my ears. They did, and I had severe hearing loss. And the doctor never spoke to me because, I mean, I'm 12 years old. What do I know? Yeah. So he always spoke to my parents, and the first words he said to me was, Alida, just remember, I can fix your ears, but I'll never be able to bring your hearing. And that was tough words to hear. And he gave me antibiotics and everything to prep me for the operation. And I had 2 weeks where I had to take the medicine, everything. We went back in the second week for the pre-op stuff, and so that he can just check everything again, talk me through the procedure. They were going to do a mastectomy. So, people can just go YouTube it. But I just firmly believe that why would God give me this talent? Take it away. Yeah. I couldn't accept that. And then we started praying. I believed that he was going to heal my ear. We prayed, and we did literally everything in our power to pray and to talk to God about the situation. And we went back, and they did all the tests and all the scans again, and there was absolutely nothing wrong with my ears. No damage. The doctor explained that when a baby's born, he has certain light percentage in his ears or her ears, and mine was like a newborn baby.
Sure.
So God literally reformed my ears.
Do you know how much percentage-wise, how much hearing you had when you lost your hearing?
I think it was 20%. He said 20%, so it wasn't much. I could hear, but it was like talking to someone when they close their ears. So it was a very hollow sound. It was like, I want to say like a white noise, and then someone talked over the white noise. So it was a very dull
Was it deteriorating, getting worse, or?
So it was. So the doctor told me, so what they were going to do with the procedure was they were the little bones in your ear that makes everything work and like help you. Yeah. Mine was like gone. There was nothing. They were non-existent. So what they were going to do, they were going to take out all the little pieces that was left and then replace it with plastic or not sure what material, but replace it with fake stuff. So yeah, and he literally said he can fix my ears, but he can't bring back my hearing. And then they also said later we could maybe, depending on how the operation went, we can look at getting the implant to see if it would work. But they weren't sure if I was going to be a candidate for that.
Sure. And now God healed you. What was, obviously you were thankful. I can't think how anyone else would respond, but what was the lesson that you've learned through that? I know you were young, but looking back, what was the thing that you've learned through that experience that you can tell other people?
I would definitely say that never give up. No matter what your circumstances, no matter what you're going through, God has a plan. And now you can't see what his bigger picture is, but he knows best. So just trust the process. Rush things and just hold on to God.
Alida, thanks so much for sharing your testimony with us and appearing on the first cover of TweenTalk. So TweenTalk Magazine is absolutely free. I'll put a link in the description below. So parents, go and give the link to your kids. I'm sure they will enjoy it. But anyways, Alida, all the best for the future. And I'm sure I'm going to see a lot of you still on stage and on TV and stuff.
Thank you, and thank you, Ian, for your constant support and always being there, for trusting me to do this. I really appreciate it, and to the next 110 years with this crazy redhead.
And so we came to the end of yet another episode. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to ask your parents to sign up to Tween Extreme, where you will have access to top Christian entertainment like TV shows, animations, devotionals, music videos, and much, much more. And remember, Tween Extreme is not only available in South Africa, but to families all across the world. So make sure you visit the link down in the description to join Tween Extreme and enjoy a 7-day free trial. And while you are at it, why not follow us on all our social media platforms? You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It is the perfect way to stay up to date with all the latest Tween Extreme news. But it is time to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again next month when we release another episode of that preview show. We end today's episode with Victory 5's music video Dance, and maybe you can spot a very young Alida. But that is all we have time for today. So from me, Ian, bye! Deep in my heart, and it don't wanna stop.